This coming month is just going to be so cozy, and I'm going to get into the coziness, and there is going to be no stress involved, and it's going to be wonderful. Hi, I'm Anne. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to talk through my tentative TBR for December of 2022. I am really excited to be not only participating in 2 readathons, but I'm also going to be working through a big chunk of my TBR. My physical TBR, that is my big challenge for next year, but I have kind of been starting it since November. So, there are 2 readathons that are going on in December. The first one is a Cloak and Dagger Christmas, which is all about reading mysteries throughout the month of December. And the second one is the 12 Days of Christmas and Coziness. And that one is specifically more vague, but it's all about the couple weeks after Christmas up to the Epiphany, so 12 days after Christmas, which is the traditional idea of like the 12 days of Christmas were not the 12 days before Christmas. A lot of people seem to assume that, but no, historically, it's always been after Christmas. So there is a little bit overlap between these 2 readathons, but not only that, but I know that in doing these 2 readathons, I had to pick books for my physical TBR just because I have a lot of books to read from my physical TBR, so I picked out some that I thought were fitting either for mysteries or for just cozy vibes or like winter themes. So there's a whole bunch of books on my TBR this month that are all over the place. So let's get into it. So I'm going to go through the 2 readathons. So the first one is Cloak and Dagger Christmas. This one starts December 1st and goes all the way to December 31st, so it's the entire month. And I'll read the prompts quickly. However, I won't be following the prompts because a lot of the mysteries that I own and haven't read do not fit the prompts. So I'm not going to worry about making sure I get all the prompts because I want to focus on my physical TBR and just work in the readathons where they fit into my life. The first one is Partridge in the Pear Tree, alliterative title. And that one I'm not going to worry about. 2 is 2 Turtle Doves, a buddy read. Not going to be doing that either. Actually, technically, I will be doing that next month because I am reading Rune currently by John Gwynne, and I will probably in December also read Wrath by John Gwynne, and I'm reading these with my husband. So technically, I am doing buddy reads. However, I'm not going to be doing any like mystery themed buddy reads. Number 3 is 3 French Hens, translated book, work, or set in a different country. And for that mystery, I'm going to go with Judge D at Work. This is a short story collection of this magistrate in China, I think in the 16th century or something like that, who he solves cases. I've already read the first short story in this, but I can finish them all up in the month of December because I think they're light and fun. The next one, and number 4 Calling Birds. Read in nature or go for a walk. I go for walks daily, so I feel like this prompt will be very easy to complete, but I would love to try to actually go to a park or something like that. Number 5 is 5 Gold Rings, foil on the cover. For foil on the cover, I'm going to go with Thrones and Dominions by Dorothy L. Sayers. I don't know if this actually counts as foil on the cover, but there's gold, stuff on the cover, so it fits. And then number 6 Geese a-laying. Have a cozy time eating Christmas treats and watch a cozy mystery. I haven't decided which cozy mystery I want to watch, but I've been watching a lot of cozy stuff on Netflix and stuff like that. So I feel again, this will be very easy to complete. Number 7 is 7 Swans a Swimming. Have a soak in the bath, go for a swim, or walk in the rain. I don't take baths, I take showers. So I may not do this one. Also, I don't have a place to go swimming where I live. So walk in the rain is the only thing, which I do often, because if my dog needs to go outside and it's raining, we're gonna go out anyway. So this one may be not on my bucket list, but I'll probably do it sometime during December. Number 8 is 8 Dingoes Dancing. Wild card read. Again, that can be anything, and I'll get to the rest of my books for Cloak and Dagger Christmas at the end of the prompts. Number 9 is 9 Ladies Dancing. Have a festive night in or out to get into the festive cheer. I'm going to be doing a bunch of these stuff. My friends are having a party for like post Thanksgiving, just like get together near Christmas. We're also going to get together for Christmas. My family's doing a whole bunch of things. So I have a lot of stuff to do in the festive mood. There's also at my local Renaissance, they have this Yuletide type festival that they have around December. I don't know if we're going to go this year. Did we go last year? I don't remember if we went last year, but we definitely went the year before, and it was a lot of fun going that year. So hopefully we can go to that, but it also depends on if we can actually find time. Number 10 is 10 Lords a-Leaping, a story with nobility. Again, I'm going to go with another Dorothy L. Sayers. I'm going to go with Murder Must Advertise, and if you haven't read this series, it follows Lord Peter Wimsey. So he is a noble. He is nobility in England, so he solves murder mysteries. Number 11 is 11 Pipers Piping. Listen to cozy Christmas music while reading. Again, this is very easy. I'm really into like jazz ambiance in the background while reading. It's so much fun, so I will probably be doing that. Number 12 is 12 Drummers Drumming. Listen to a crime narrative. I don't know if I'm going to try to get one of these other books that I have on audiobooks. I will probably do that, and that will be my crime narrative. The couple other books that I have for this readathon that I wanted to read for specifically the Cloak and Dagger Christmas because they're mysteries. I have Ripper by Stephen Petruccia. This one I've been really wanting to get to for years since I bought it like 3 years ago. Then this Whopper, I have a couple Whoppers that I want to get to this month. Jonathan Strange and Mr. Noel by Susanna Clarke. And I will actually be getting this probably on audiobook, which maybe will fit with the crime narrative, but I don't think this is so much, like I've heard it compared to as a mystery, but I think it's more of like a historical fantasy. So I'm not quite sure what it is going into this, but by the cover, it is very reminiscent of like a mystery novel. For the other readathon it's specifically going from December 26th, so the day after Christmas, to January 6th. So it's going to bleed over a little bit into January, but not that much. And so it's all about, as the title may suggest, the 12 days of Christmas and coziness. It's all about getting in the cozy mood for, after the holidays. Most of the stress hopefully should be over because, Christmas is over. Parties are winding down. You don't have to get or worry about getting gifts for all these people. So it's a great time to do a readathon, I think. And I saw this originally on The Co-Host by Gina Stanier, and it was also created by My Cozy Chronicles. Also, I should say the Cloak and Dagger Christmas is hosted this year by Kate Howe, the novel Nomad, Carolyn's Reading Ramblings, Melanie Martin, and Too Fond of Books. So 5 hosts for that. I should have said that earlier. But this readathon, the 12 Days of Christmas and Coziness, only has 2 hosts. So here are the prompts for that. Gift yourself a relaxing, cozy moment after the busy holidays. Number 1, light a candle, read a cozy mystery for 30 minutes. I obviously am going to be rolling over one of the mysteries that I read for Cloak and Dagger Christmas over to this, and I have many candles to light, so I'm not too concerned about that. And that is, of course, the prompt is Boxing Day. Okay, the next prompt is 12 Days of Christmas Chronicles. Nigel Slater describes the 12 days of Christmas as peaceful and gentle, a time to slow down. In the Christmas Chronicle, he writes notes, thoughts, and recipes for these days. Number 2 is create a personal 12-day bookish journal. Write every day your favorite quotes, your thoughts about your reads, your experiences, etc. I've actually kind of started to do this while reading my physical TBR because I want to kind of keep a journal of all the books that are on my physical TBR and my thoughts about them. So I'm already doing this a little bit, but I'm going to elaborate on it a little bit further on these 12 days. Number 3 is peruse a cozy cookbook. So my mom actually gave me this book. It's the original Fanny Farmer cookbook from 1896. It is a reproduction of the original copy, and it has food, of course, that was used, over a century ago, and I have been meaning to read it. I don't know how practical it will be for like modern audiences to recreate these recipes and like actually cook them, but it sounds like a really fun light read, and I have a few cookbooks on my physical TBR that I need to get through, so it fits. The next one is 12 Days of Christmas Fun, inspired by the song The 12 Days of Christmas. Number 4, read something short each day during the 12 days of Christmas. So for this, and this actually fits for Cloak and Dagger Christmas. I probably should have included that. It's the Omnibus of Crime. This is a collection of short stories, and I thought it would be really fun just to read maybe 1 or 2 short stories every single day during the 12 days of Christmas. So not only will I hopefully get one of my anthologies done, I haven't counted the stories in here, so maybe there's probably a lot more than like 12, so maybe I'll try to read like 4 or 5 every single day. We'll see how it is. And I'm hoping to be introduced to new, like, classic mystery writers through this book. So next one is Christmas with the Savages. The imaginative savage children enjoy Christmas to the fullest at Lady Tamerlane's country house. Number 5, read a children's book or fairy tale. Maybe something that you enjoyed as a child. I don't know quite if this counts, but it is technically a children's book. I'm going to be reading The Tales of Greek Heroes. And this is not only a classic, but it is made for a younger audience. So I'm hoping it will be nice and light to read around Christmas. And number 8 is watch an old movie or musical. I haven't decided which movie I will watch. My family has a tradition of watching White Christmas from the 1940s, starring Bing Crosby, and that is like my favorite Christmas movie, probably. It's just like a light, fun Christmas movie. Also, Christmas Charlie Brown, that movie I grew up watching, so I may rewatch one of those. Mrs. Jeffries and the Merry Gentleman. Mrs. Jeffries and the servants help Inspector Witherspoon to solve cases, and they always take their time to sit down and have tea and food together. Number 9, read a historical fiction book. And obviously I have quite a few of those already on my TBR, but the one I specifically want to get done this month because I happen to know that I'm getting a present of the next book, or the 3rd book in the series for Christmas, and that's The Clan of the Cave Bear by Jean M. Auel. And I've had this on my TBR at least for 3 or 4 different months this year, and I have not gotten to it. So I feel like it's about time that I need to sit down and actually get to it. I don't know how cozy it is, but it's set in like a prehistoric era, and so it's a historical fiction, I would say. Number 10 is enjoy a cozy tea time. Bonus if you share your tea with a friend. Unfortunately, I rarely share my tea with a friend unless I'm going over to my sister's house or my mom's house, because my husband unfortunately does not really like tea. But I will like pour him a tiny little cup and he'll drink that and be fine. But he's not a big fan of tea. 12th Night Cake. In the past, 12th night marked the end of Christmas. It was usually celebrated with elaborate parties. The 12th night cake was an essential part of these festivities. Number 11, celebrate the 12th night and discover a new exciting book for 2023. Try a chapter from a book that's been lingering on your TBR. You have 2 options. Option 1, English 12th night cake, traditional rich fruit cake. Try a chapter of 2 books right up your alley. Option 2, French 12th night cake. The French, I'm not going to pronounce it, galette de rose, an almond sponge pastry. Try a chapter of 2 books out of your comfort zone. So I'm gonna pick 2 that are semi out of my comfort zone. The first one is The Plague by Albert Camus, who is a very dense philosopher, and I've been avoiding him because he's definitely outside of my comfort zone, and I really doubt I'll understand a lot by him. But I do want to read this fully, but I don't want to force myself to read it if I really don't think I can handle it right now. So I may end up like DNFing it permanently and getting rid of the book, so who knows. And the other one is The Total Money Makeover. This is less outside of my comfort zone, as in something that I don't necessarily think I need. I feel like I have a pretty good grasp when it comes to budgeting and things like that. So I'm curious what he will say that will impress me. But I got this from some dear friends of mine when we got our new apartment as like a housewarming gift. So I don't know if they're hinting something at me, but yeah, so I will be at least trying this one as well. And number 12 is, if you fancy, bake your own cake to celebrate. Not sure if I'm going to be doing this, but I want to. I may just get like a box cake and like cheat, but we'll probably make a cake anyway. So we'll see what happens with that. So I do have like 3 more books that are on my physical TBR. And I think in total I have like 14 books on my physical TBR this month. So it's going to be a lot. But some of these are moving over. I was actually hoping to get them done in November. And who knows, maybe I will still get these done in November in like the next, 4 days we have left of November? Who knows? But I really doubt I'll be getting these done. So the last 3 are the afternoon tea book. I thought this would be a really fun, like cozy read to read around Christmas, even though tea time doesn't exactly fit for Christmas, but I thought it was also fitting to go with for the 12 days of Christmas and coziness. Next one is Tales of the Shaolin Monastery. I don't know what it is about like this book that just makes me think like winter. I think it's because Shaolin monasteries are typically up in like mountainous regions of China. Not always, actually. A lot of times they aren't. I don't know why I have that ideal picture, the stereotypic picture of like where monasteries, like Buddhist monasteries and Shaolin monasteries are. I don't know why I have that. And then the final one is The History of Russia by Vernadsky. So Russia, again, I think of as winter because, you know, in Russia it gets cold. So I was like, I need one history book to read for my physical TBRs this month. So I picked out this one. So I'm curious, have you read any of these books? Are you participating in either of these readathons? What is your TBR looking at like for Christmas? Are you going to try to read some like cozy Christmas reads? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, like, subscribe, and I will see you all in the next one. Have a great beginning of December. Bye.